This is it, episode 606, No Laugh Track podcast here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm Justin Severson. I get to host this each and every week. My guest today was here once upon a time. June 7th was the day it was posted of 2024.
Whoa.
Yes, and here we are. That is the voice, and if you're watching on YouTube, that is the face of Beth Stelling.
Hello.
Hello.
Justin.
I got to move this microphone up. Yeah, I'm
happy to be back.
Yeah, once again, they have the months in the calendar in the office back there. When I saw your name back on there, I was like, yes,
Yay.
yes. So
Thank
welcome back. I gotta fix this
I'm
microphone.
happy to
This
be
thing
back.
just keeps tipping down
I
here.
love Minneapolis.
Yeah, as we
It's a
talked about
beautiful
last time, you
day.
recorded a special here at one point.
Yes. The crowds here are great. Yep, that would have been 2020, like right before everything shut down. We didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm trying to remember the exact date when I recorded that. I used to know. January, February, March, maybe March 7th, 2020.
Look at that.
And
Oh, well, if it was right before, it would have been March.
Yeah, and there was like one person who made a joke as I was leaving the stage, like, because a couple people were like, hey, give me a high five as I left the stage, just being cute.
Yeah.
And one guy was like, Corona, like that. So, but that was like ahead of it. It really was. I was like, I knew it. It was in the zeitgeist, but I was sort of like, I don't know what's happening, because we have had like SARS, we've had bird flu, we've had times where you go, okay, well, be careful, you don't want to get that.
Where it never really got close.
Yeah, but this was obviously different.
Yeah,
But-
I remember back then it was like there was some, it was like a .org map that was like tracking it across the country, and there was none in Minnesota, none in the Midwest yet, and just kind of like dot. Like there was so few cases, they were like they could just a handful every day, and then
It is pretty amazing
Clearly things
how
changed.
things
Yeah.
take a turn.
Yeah.
And I was probably part of that problem. We did go to Mall America the next day. So, if anything, I super spread that to a couple of those rides.
they're still sterilizing it.
Yeah. SpongeBob. Is it a SpongeBob ride, I think?
There's a SpongeBob. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, Nickelodeon
pretty
universe.
wild.
Yeah. If you were from here, this is one of those things where a name changes of something after many, many years, and then the old name sticks, because people here still call it Camp Snoopy, because that was the original.
Instead of SpongeBob.
Yep,
Okay.
instead of the Nickelodeon that they
I
have
love
now.
Snoopy. I had Snoopy sheets passed down from my cousin. I have good peanut. My mom loved the peanuts.
Yeah?
So yeah, I still have good Snoopy memories. I loved Snoopy. That just made me think about how much I loved Snoopy.
Well, then I should tell you that, did you know that originated in the Twin Cities in St. Paul, Minnesota?
Really? Because I landed at Santa Rosa Airport. I was performing in Healdsburg, California,
Okay.
and they have a lot of peanut stuff going on. Maybe because it's the birthplace of Charles Schulz.
No, he was born here.
Oh, that's what you're telling me.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. St. Paul's finest.
Wow, then I'm wrong. So he must have done something there.
Maybe
This
moved
is
there.
This is the classic Dayton, Ohio versus Kitty Hawk. Birthplace of aviation versus First in Flight,
Yes.
which I've made a meal out of.
I bet I know what they teach in Dayton, Ohio.
The birthplace of aviation. Woo! Thanks to us.
Are you getting back to Dayton much?
Yeah, I was just there last weekend. I got to see my family, and I threw out the first pitch of the Dayton Dragons game.
That's right. What am I talking about? I saw a picture of this.
It was very fun. There is another alum from my high school who works there among the, I'm assuming, like, I don't know what the name would be, but relations or something.
Sure.
Anyway, he reached out and he was like, I also we went to the same high school and we'd love to have you back. And he was just so sweet. He gave me and my family a tour. It's so nice to laugh at someone. He was like really cracking me up. You know, when you're like constantly around comedy, I'm not saying I don't laugh. I do. I want to laugh.
Yes.
But it was just nice to be on a tour with this guy who's just genuinely so funny. His name's Garrett Spikes.
And not a professional.
Not a professional.
Look at that.
Just like a kind guy.
Yeah. A funny guy at work.
Yes. And it was a delight. And my nibblings were so happy to be there.
I bet.
Oh my gosh. One of them is, I guess he's first grade, Kelly. He was like getting his ball signed by the guy who caught my pitch, John Michael Fail. And he's like a first grader and he's going like this. And he's getting his ball signed. And as we're walking back through the dugout, he's like, this is my dream. And the funny thing is, it's like so sweet and innocent. I don't know if it really is his dream. I don't know if I've seen him play a lot of baseball, but maybe it is now.
I mean, I bet the second it was presented to him that it was a possibility, it became his dream.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is the
This
greatest
is my
thing ever.
dream.
I was 28 years old before I got a foul ball. You know, like somebody hits the ball and you're the
Yes.
first one to grab it. That didn't happen to me until I was 28 years old. And when it happened, I was probably claiming it was the greatest day of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, the internet can be a real hellscape. But did you see the Phillies game? Where
Yes.
I'm almost like it's like, how is this our lives now? These very small moments that are blown up, and I don't know what was that? That John, I think his name's John Ronson. I don't want to say it wrong. He wrote the book So You've Been Publicly Shamed.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a great read.
Okay.
I feel bad. I know his last name's Ronson, but it's a fascinating book. It's kind of like from that first cancellation. It just reminds me of that. Like,
Does he? Oh.
it's an older book, but because what they're referencing is that woman, one of the original cancels really on Twitter or the internet. I mean, arguably, was the woman who was flying to Africa for work. I don't know if you remember this, and she tweeted, "Hope I don't get AIDS."
That's right.
And when she landed, it was all over her.
Yeah.
And that woman is like, never, her life has never been the same still to this day, decades later. And the book kind of follows that, where it's like, what did the punishment fit the crime? Like, obviously that's not cool. Nowadays we have comedians like helping choose presidents and saying like slurs and stuff, and it's part of their profit,
Yeah.
The grift is standing in front of a stadium and saying, I might get canceled for this. It's like, ooh, I can't wait for 1 million more tickets to be sold off of that.
How did we get here, Beth? How did we get here that's a thing?
I mean, I guess if you're stupid enough to not see that it's a grift, then carry on, piglets. Enjoy playing in the mud.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I think it's just like, of course I can say those words.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. It's like a childlike thing. I get that it's like, we're not supposed to say that, so I'm going to go see the guy or the one edgelord, lady edgelord, see this, And it doesn't mean that they're not all untalented. I've seen some of the edgelords be funny, of course, but sometimes that is their whole thing.
Yep.
And I two things that come to mind. I'm like, one, do you credit Lisa Lampanelli on stage, or because I'm like, she was doing that crap in early aughts, like, and that it wasn't new then.
Right.
And by the way, it didn't last, and she kind of knows it. I remember reading an article, my early days of stand-up, probably 2007. It just sticks in my brain. I was reading Time Out Chicago. That's where I started stand-up. And she was coming to town. Again, I'm not a hater, but I'm not a fan of hers. Whatever. Yeah. And the question was, why do you say all these controversial slurs and words? And, and her answer was money. And I'll never forget it. Because I love the transparency.
Yes.
But again, the grift still works. So that's what's fascinating to me.
I want to point out a couple things. First of all, last time when you were here, and I know because I just listened back to it, is you and I discussed about how, and I complimented you about how genuine you are on stage.
Thank you.
And it's very respectable, and it's pretty much the opposite of what you were just describing. And I want to say that I had a radio job back in the early aughts when Lisa Lampanelli was the hottest thing. Her and Larry the Cable Guy were like the biggest thing around, right? And the catchphrase guy and and Lisa Lampanelli, her thing.
Yeah.
And we would have her on phone interviews quite a bit. And my job there is I would answer the phone. I would talk to people before they got on the air. And I will never forget the one time we interviewed her, and then for some reason she called right back. And she
was like, I just wanted to call you guys white trash. Have a good day.
No, I just talked to her, and it was the real voice and the real person. It wasn't the blacks.
Yeah.
It was, hey, I hope that was well. I hope that went well. I just want to say that I really enjoyed being on the show. Just to me, the phone guy. It was like, it was the first time I was like, wow, this is so obviously a character.
Yeah.
A money grab, as you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it was. It was
and
to
now
sell
she
tickets.
is a life coach. Again, no, I don't really have major shade to throw or anything like that. I respect a hustle in some ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, seems like a really nice person, and then she seems to be a life coach from the last I looked or heard. However, that was
retired from comedy. It's people actually do that.
I know. I'm like, I didn't know that was possible. It's funny you bring up radio as well, because that's actually, we're on a podcast and we're in this major, well, where whatever year you consider the boom. I don't know, because there was just a handful, and then of course now the joke is everybody on the planet has one. But radio, I think some of the more popular podcasts did mimic radio, like having the Whack Pack and stuff like that, bringing these people around to sort of these unusual types of characters around to profit off of them and the energy and outrage or whatever shock they bring. So that's always fascinating to me too, because I know a lot of people have respect for Howard Stern, and I don't want to be a hypocrite because I know people change over time. But my first impression of him, I was a young girl, and I've never sought him out ever again, because my first impression was like, it's actually made the rounds recently on maybe Saint Hoax or some other Instagram that's popular, about how he would have like what's it called, Butterface contest.
Oh, I saw
where
that.
they would come out in their bikinis and then reveal their ugly face, which were never ugly. But that type of behavior, that thing was the first thing I witnessed as a young girl. And I remember thinking, who is this Muppet monster? Like, the irony here. He looks, the irony for this man to be dictating who's beautiful.
Judging looks, yeah.
My goodness.
That's wild.
So, and even still, he was smart enough to figure out his own grift, because he had a different take early in radio and it wasn't working.
Yep.
So he found his path, which was outrage and shock. And again, I think he has changed over time. I've never checked back in because I have no interest. But there's people I respect who absolutely love him and say he's such a great interviewer.
Yes.
And
I wonder which one is the closest to the real Howard, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like comics I respect, like they want to go on there. And I'm like, I'm not over here saying like, first of all, I'm not getting asked. But second of all, I'm not saying, like, oh, I would turn it down. But wow, I don't know. It's not, I don't need to worry about it because I'm not being asked to go on. But I really will never get those images and that feeling out of my life. Because I'm like, that was so demeaning. And it made me, as a little girl, it made me feel bad and yucky. I just was like, I don't like this guy. I don't want to be around this guy. And I used to get that same feeling about Married with Children. Because we didn't have cable, but that would come on. And I remember having that same feeling. It was probably Al Bundy.
I was never comfortable watching that around my mom.
Interesting. Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, it's more of a feeling. Now, if I had to watch the pilot now, who knows? Maybe I'd be laughing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched the pilot of Three's Company recently. It was so good.
Really?
Yeah. I loved it. Now, of course, the spoiler alert, the end of the pilot, the hook, is you can't have this man. The landlord says you can't live with this man. You're two women.
Right.
And they're like, but he's gay. And Jack's like, I am.
Yeah.
He plays along. It's like, it's very cute. And to be honest with you, I'm not a gay person, so I don't know. But I thought they handled it well. It's not like it's in good fun and a nice little excuse to get
And
this
it's
guy.
not like that was yesterday. That was what, 80 something?
Right. Yeah.
Do you remember there was a TV show called you just reminded me of this, Kate and Allie.
I don't.
Okay, it was 80s.
Was it Allie? Oh my God.
It was
Kirstie Alley? No.
Kate and Allie. It was the woman she was on, like she was one of the first cast members of SNL. And the other
Wait,
woman,
Gilda?
Jane Curtin.
Oh, Jane Curtin. I loved her. I still do, but
Was one of them. I remember being in 5th grade and we had to like come back to school and talk about a TV show that we had watched or something. And I had watched Kate and Allie with a gay character, and I remember being like, am I going to get in trouble mentioning that someone was gay?
yeah.
Like, this is, we don't talk about this at school. And
I know,
at this age, like, this is, am I going to get in trouble? Are people going to think weird things? Like,
There's always these periods of retraction,
Yeah.
because it felt like that was, I don't know, it
Yeah.
didn't seem like so gauche or controversial for what is it? Is his name Jack Tripper? Am I making that up, or is that
That's
a
right.
murderer?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like a murderer for some reason. Jack the Ripper. Okay,
Jack the Ripper, yeah, right?
But yeah, it just seemed like a cute, well-meaning, whatever, not malicious.
Yeah.
And then you cut to Ellen DeGeneres losing everything for being gay on TV
Yeah, wild.
in the 90s. So it's just like, what?
Wild. Wild.
We have these weird periods.
I'm going to totally change the subject here. Something I tried to do earlier today. We have an above ground pool at my house. Not to
Ooh.
brag, maybe what, 3 feet or something? It's the end of the season for the old swimming pool. So my wife was like, "Could you try to get the water out of there?" And so that means siphoning the water out. Would you know how to do that?
And putting it where?
Like in the, I got to get the water out of the.
I know, but where are you going to put the extra water?
Drain it in the yard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it chlorinated?
Yes.
So, that was kind of a dumb question, but won't it kill the grass?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm also putting it back where
Siphoning.
the ground is already, the grass is already dead because
Okay.
we moved some stuff around. In
Okay.
any case. I just want to let you know that I got 3 mouthfuls of dirty chlorinated water today trying to siphon.
Because you were going like this?
Yes, and I
Yeah.
never got it.
Nobody added anything weird into that moment. I just did. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah. It must, I don't know the exact system, but yeah, tube out there trying to get the flow.
I couldn't get it.
I feel like the last video I saw was on purpose. They were releasing the water from an above ground pool, but it was like a pretty broken, and so they just broke the side of the pool and it rushed out.
I mean, I may get home from here and my wife has done this.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seemed like an uncle and his nephew, and he was like, "Okay, you ready?" And he goes like, he hits it, and he like gets blown through this wooden fence.
Oh,
the kid does.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, for the video. I walked in the house after 45 minutes. I'm like, I can't freaking do this. I don't know what to do.
But is this the first year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, no.
Because it would be, I wouldn't judge you if you do it every year and forget, because sometimes, like particularly tax season, I'm like, my accountant who's ever, and I'm having all my tax stuff is from different states.
Right.
I don't know what's going on ever. My accountant has to think I bumped my head every year. So like speaking, that's why I wouldn't have judged you. Like every year,
I appreciate
once a
that.
year, you have to forget.
Well,
This is the time of year I forgot to cancel 2 memberships I swore I would at the year mark when it renews.
Oh, how are we going to remember next year?
I'm going to have to put it in the cow.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got an email, but my email is psychotic. It's like digging a hole and every day it rains dirt.
How
Can't
much
keep
did
up.
you get extra charged for something? I'm curious. Because
One
I
of-
just got an extra whatever monthly
One was
for
44, and I
Whoa!
claimed fraud because I was like, what? I don't know what that is. And I
Okay.
wouldn't even know how to cancel it, to be honest. It was Roadrunner. Like, I got some tennis shoes.
Oh,
Then they were
delivery
like,
service.
no. Roadrunner tennis shoe running company.
Okay.
But at the time, I'm having a faint recollection of them saying, if you get a membership, you get a discount now and then points. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
$44 later. I was like, well, that's fraud.
Advantage.
How do I cancel
Roadrunner.
that? I don't know how to cancel that. And then the other one was $220 for a yearly membership to some sort of furniture store. And I was like, no. What? That one I claimed fraud too.
Ashley Furniture Plus? What is this now?
Fancy Ashley furniture.
We need to talk about your special that I just watched this week.
Oh, thank you for watching.
Yes, the Landlord special.
Yes, it's on YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
Lately, it's so funny because this is like, to me, the perfect example of the industry of what I feel right now. My intro, I was in Eugene, Oregon at a new club called Olson Run.
Okay.
It was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Run by a comic who used to live in LA, Joe. And the guy bringing me out of Seth of why am I blanking his last name? Sorry, a great comic, but Eugene local hero. He was like, she's writing on this season of Rick and Morty. She has a special on HBO, special on Netflix, and her most recent one's on YouTube. Like that to me, that is like the summary of the industry, because I'm like, yeah, the trick now is it's not like tastemakers are like choosing specials they like. It's get as many views and followers as you can, and that is what convinces them to take you because they need subscribers. And of course, there's outliers all the time, exceptions to that rule.
Right.
Some people get millions of views on YouTube and still can't get a streamer to pick it up.
Sure.
And vice versa. Some people get picked up but don't have. So anyway, but it's not like I'm ashamed or something. I don't mean it like that. It just, to me, I heard that every night and I was like, HBO, Netflix, YouTube. And
I know, where's the next one?
I know, like direct to your phone for free. I mean, that's what YouTube is. I guess the reason I'm bringing, does it make sense what I'm saying? 'Cause
Absolutely.
I'm not shading YouTube. There's tons of great comedy specials on YouTube. I mean, I have one on there too. I want people to watch it. And that's kind of the point. It's like the quickest way, I guess, for me to get it to people who want to watch me for free, see if they like me, and then come see me live. But But I still had a couple people in Eugene go, "Oh, I was saving it. I didn't want to ruin the show for myself tonight." It's like, I'm not doing that.
I saw that you posted that. Like,
Yeah,
about the promoting this show.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Feel free to
watch
watch.
it first. Feel free. You're not going to hear this stuff.
Yeah, see if you like me and then come.
Yeah.
Neither of us wants to have you have a bad time.
What did you immediately retire that material after you recorded it? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's also like, it's one of those things where building that was difficult because you're launching into a 25-minute story.
Yeah.
So people are on board, and I had to, I tweaked and honed it. And then again, there's times where I say that and I go, I didn't listen to every set I did. I'm sure I riffed something that I'll never remember that I didn't listen back to that I missed.
Yeah.
I just have to trust my own brain at this point in my career and go, if it's stuck, it's stuck. If it didn't, there's probably some gold in a voice memo that you'll never say again. I don't fucking know.
So would you describe that as self-financed?
Yes.
YouTube? Yes.
100%.
And that's a big difference.
Right. I think that's kind of what I'm getting at, where it used to be like you'd work really hard on the road to build an hour and then someone would pay you for that hour. And it felt like, great, I worked really hard towards something. And now, I don't want to be an old head that turns obsolete because I don't want to play the game or whatever it means. Yeah. But it is totally an adjustment for me. And to me, it's not about well, I deserve this or I deserve that. But it's never been a meritocracy anyway. So it's not like, hey, I did this, this, and this, and I should get that.
Right.
But it is a total shift, and I have to go with the flow here and figure it out. I wasn't able to monetize the video. That's the other thing. I don't know what the heck's going on ever. I had a child reach out recently and be like, hey, do you want me to help with your social media? I'm like, I don't even know if I want to deal with handing it over to you.
Oh, really?
I don't know what's going on. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do and I don't. So it's just a lot. I uploaded it. I couldn't monetize it. And that because I worked with Blonde Medicine, who I've loved, that record label. I've worked with them over the years. And I love Dom, who I met, who knows, 10 or more years ago in San Francisco when he was at Rooftop. He said, let's put it out as an album too, which I was down for because I'm like, why not? Yeah. I wasn't sure people would want that because it's like a 25-minute, it's like a half-hour special, but a majority of it is a big story.
Would that would that be able to get broken up into
He
satellite
broke it
radio?
up into 4 tracks.
Okay.
And he said they all play well. I said, I'm not going to touch it because it's too close for me. I don't know what people would get and not get.
Yeah.
So I just trusted him to cut it into 4 tracks. And then Sirius was like, yeah, we want it. And so anyway, all that to say, it was copyright claimed, so I couldn't monetize it, and I didn't know. So until finally I went into some. I sound like a grandma. This is so funny because I have stories on Conan I did years ago about my mom being inept with her phone, and it's a loving, funny story about my mom calling Sprint and figuring out her password.
Oh yeah.
The amount of octogenarians that came for me in such a deep and scary way, sounds like you have a bad relationship with your mom. You're a bad person. Old people aren't blah blah. I'm like, I never said. And I still deal with that. I'm like, I hope our generation of old people isn't acting the way these current old people act online. It's psychotic.
We'll see.
But the reason I'm thinking of it is because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to click. I clicked on a studio thing, YouTube studio. It says can't be monetized. So I reached out to Dom. He lifted it. So thankfully now I can maybe try to make a little bit of money back.
There you go.
Long answer. Longest answer of all time. Whether I self-funded it. But really my boyfriend, Adam Newacek, director, he is responsible for making this special. It was basically I was playing Comedy Works Denver and I was like, I feel good at this club. It's fun. Do you want to just come? He flew. He's a director that also has a little in-house rental, or what is it called? I guess that's what I mean. He has everything you need to shoot a short film or movie. Yeah. And a rental house, whatever. So he packed all of it himself. We wrangled Dave Rodriguez's brother to help us camera op from the fort, because Dave runs the fort in Fort Collins, Colorado. And Maya also helped one night. It was a 3-person job. He worked with the lighting that was there. Adam mic'd the audience, my boyfriend, and then he edited it all together. Yeah.
Was
So
it always gonna? Did you do a full hour those nights and just
yeah,
record?
I did.
Okay.
So now I just have another hour minus the landlord. So I'm trying to think about what I did last year. There will be some of my material I've honed probably tighter.
Okay.
And then there will be new for people to
Yeah.
for this trip. I think maybe we talked about this last time. I'm always self-conscious. Like I used to think I would need to have a new hour before I returned to the town. And then I don't know, I've talked various reasons why. I've talked to enough people now, staff, comics, where like they're like, we have people come here doing the same act for 10 years. That I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's good I didn't know that because I never want to be like lazy and doing that.
I know. Sometimes it's better to not know that
Yeah.
because you're like, oh, I could
But
do
I was
that
saying,
too.
I was kind of saying no. Like sometimes they'd be like, hey, do you want to come back to the club? And I'd be like, oh, I'm too nervous. I don't want to do the same thing. And it wouldn't have been the same.
Right.
But I don't know. I get a lot of different feedback because sometimes they'll be like, every time I see you, it's new. And I'm like, that could be true depending on where and when you saw me.
Right.
But I can't say I'm like speedy fast, but I do try to write new when I put something out. I don't want to be touring something that's out.
So what? So the hour that people will hear this weekend at Acme, do you have plans? Like,
I would love to
if
do.
you have the feeling a week from now, would you record already? Or
I mean, I'm going to be at the Wilbur in Boston next month, and it's like, gosh, in a dream world, like my. I mean, like, I don't. This is actually sounds sad because I'm like, I would love to film this then, but no one has anything positive to say. Like everyone's like, it's very bleak and no one's buying, and whoever Matt Rife says no to might have extra money for a special in 2026. Like that's the feedback.
interesting.
So that's kind of sad. And again, there will always be somebody who's popular enough or has enough followers to get a special made. But yeah,
I want
don't
your
know.
opinion on this though. That I just think I just saw this today. Andrew Santino says Disney manipulated his jokes.
Really?
You don't know about this?
I don't know about this.
Let me read this to you real quick here.
Wow.
Andrew Santino says Disney manipulated his jokes about Disney adults in his new Hulu special. He says, quote, they didn't really enjoy having that stuff in there. The jokes were manipulated. I'm not going to lie. They definitely changed the jokes. I was not stoked about it. We got in a little bit of a war. They did not want those jokes in there. Disney is a massive corporate conglomerate. And they were like, if you want it on here, this is how we want it. Otherwise, we won't be able to air the special. We have to cut the jokes. So we found a medium. We said we'd find a way to manipulate the jokes in a way that works for everybody. Look at your face right now.
Wow.
Not good, right? That's bad news.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, sometimes I feel like as I've aged, and this is like, I think, from reading poetry and lots of books, it's like a lot of people feel like as you age, you like listen more and you grow quieter. Whereas when you're young, it's like, let me get on stage and talk about my, like whatever, because everybody needs to hear it. And even in terms of like news stories that break, tragedies even, like I never was the person who was like, oh, yes, tweet. Let me tweet about this murder or this whatever. But even more now than ever, I'm quiet. And I know maybe I shouldn't be because I just don't think, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of sad. I think with everything being so loud all the time, it makes me go in.
Yeah.
And I want to be like the funny voice and help people and find the funny. And because I know some people have said to me after shows, one of the things that keeps me going is someone saying like, I just like love to hear what you think of it. Like that's perspective. And I wish I could cling to that a little bit more to inspire me to put out more. But hearing
you probably
this,
noticed you can have the most right down the middle opinion of things, and people will fucking jump down your neck.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's not a great time. And the word manipulation, it's almost like they manipulated him into saying that.
Yeah.
Because that's not like a word that Andrew uses all the time. Like, it's like, did they agree that that's how he could describe what happened? That's said like 6 times. That's why I'm like, again, the reason I went off on that little tangent is like, I'm not the person who every day is like, we're entering fascism. Everybody, blah, blah, blah. But like, that. It's weird. Yeah. And now we have tons of freedoms in America, a lot of things to be thankful for, but maybe not as long as we think. I don't know. There's so much out there that, like, I'm the person who's like, I don't use AI because I've never willfully used it. Like, I would never use anything that I'm never using it.
Yeah.
I also understand that's the dumbest sentence ever because I'm Googling things. AI overview comes up. I'm sure I've pressed yes to something without my glasses on. But you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I'm not participating in it willfully.
Yeah.
But even to your point of having a take that's down the middle and people coming for you, every day in my notifications, the last interview I did with Andrew on Whiskey Ginger, I told a story about trying to. Well, it doesn't matter, but I was offering this old woman coffee, and I kind of went like this, like "Excuse me," like I barely touched her. Can I get? And she flipped out on me, and the comments are like as if I have attempted to murder her, consent and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
You should know better.
yeah. I'm like, and then of course there'll be a couple comments. Again, it's my opinion, so my perspective is going to be different. But somebody was like, everyone's acting like she didn't just attempt to buy an old lady coffee. And it's like, I'm not saying I'm never wrong. Am I going to ever touch that woman again? No. But I don't go around touching everybody. These people are acting like they've never gone up to someone and said, hey, excuse me, and tap someone lightly on the shoulder. And it makes me want to flip out and reply, of course, with something drastic. And sometimes I do.
You do.
But I'm like, yeah, like when they're talking about consent, I'm like, get a life. Actual tragedies have happened to people and me. And then they'll be like, oh, well, this woman is traumatized. It's like, get in line. Everybody's been traumatized almost. So like you're acting like I don't know what that's like. I do know what that's like. I didn't go up and grab her by the shoulders and go, let me get your coffee. Like, what? I don't even know if I touched her. In the story I say I do. And she did flip out, so maybe I did. But like, I didn't know I was going to be giving a deposition in court. So I don't remember the exact way I touched her.
Right.
But it was
when do you know to stop? Like when you do see something, you're like, I gotta have to say something to this person.
I
when do you know to walk away and be like, I'm done with
I probably for like a
interacting?
week when that clip went viral, I was replying to people.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't stop. And then now I'm like, I just don't read it because I'm like, I can't read any other reply I gave to the 40 other old women who were like, this reminds me. Like, I replied to enough people where I'm like, hi. So here's what I thought. And then somebody would be like, well, she could be dealing with this, this, or this. And it's like, maybe. But
every freaking thing we ever encounter could be, well, they could be experiencing
yes.
this. Yeah, I guess. You're right. Yes.
And everybody's acting like we can go back and to one lady I said, go ahead and show her this, find her and show her this video. She'll never see it.
No.
And even if you did try to show it to her, she'd scream at you as well. She hates you. She hates you.
That's so funny. I need to share on the podcast here a comment from your special, the Landlord special, that is just priceless. It's based on what you were wearing on stage that day, which was a sweatshirt that said Milwaukee.
I know, I forgot it at home. I wore it on the plane today.
Oh, really?
Another one. I have a black one.
Nice.
Zip up.
Bright red Milwaukee, the tool company.
Mm-hmm.
The comment was, dang, girl, if you're sponsored by Milwaukee, can I get a deal on a miter saw?
That's reserved for my boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did get one.
For real?
Yeah. But I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee. My best friend works there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
She's awesome. And her name's Jordan. And there's no sponsorship or anything like that. I wish. But honestly, there was part of me that was like worried about wearing it. Usually those things have to get cleared. But she talked to her department and they said it was fine. I mean, I'm not profiting off of it. It's not like, they seem to not have a problem with it. And her job is literally, part of that is like she travels around and she started entering into the clothing space of it. But for a while she was in Power Tools.
It looked like a comfy sweatshirt.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
I like their stuff. They have good work pants too that are coming. So it's all going to get rolled out. It sounds like I am sponsored. I wish I were wearing that hoodie I wore on the plane today.
Just use promo code Beth.
Yeah.
And
I'm not sponsored, but try to type my name in and see what happens.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's fantastic. You brought a suitcase to the club today and this afternoon.
It's true.
In advance of your shows this weekend because you said something about merch.
Yes.
What are you selling people this weekend?
I don't think I had these last time. They're little merch packs. So in them there's a postcard. I have a sticker. There's a little novelty card in there. That's one of the jokes. And then my classic socks. As some people know, I'm a sock mogul. And this, so the new color is light blue and rust. It's a cool sort of throwback look.
Yeah.
And they say women's stand-up comedy,
Nice.
which is a joke from my Netflix special.
Yes, it is. That's fantastic. So they can't buy them separately. It's a little pack of everything.
You can
huh?
buy. I have some extra too.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can buy the socks alone, or you can get them in a pack with some other goodies.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
When you were here last year, you were doing your own podcast. Are you doing that anymore?
we are.
Hiatus?
Yeah, Mo Welch.
Maybe extended?
Yeah. Well, we always say like let's get together and do some, and I know people. We have our little group of people who really enjoy it, and I love them. But yeah, it's called Sweethearts, and Mo Welch and I do it. But Mo was touring with Brett Goldstein, was writing on The Paper, which just came out, and is back in the room for season 2. So Mo's just been busy.
Does she know how I can watch that without paying for Peacock?
Don't they have a free one?
I don't want to pay for Peacock.
I thought they had a free one.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought you could just maybe this is the old days when you could get it. It used to be $5.99, which isn't bad. What if you did a trial?
Oh.
Then you'll
I've
know.
run through all my trials.
I know. I was gonna
Are
say.
you kidding me?
I know.
I don't think I have the energy to come up with another email account.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, we need to get together and schedule a few Sweethearts recordings because we've been on
Okay.
quite the break.
So it's not done.
No, we don't want to be done, but also I don't know. She does everything. Like I told you, I can barely log into TikTok. I don't even know what it looks like, but she does all the mics and the camera, and it's a lot.
You just I gotta share this with you. Yesterday, we're not gonna talk about what happened yesterday, but there was a very tragic, terrible, among many other freaking terrible things that happened in the world. Somebody was killed, right?
Yes.
And oh geez, now I forgot what I was gonna say about it.
TikTok.
Shit.
We took a break.
Took a break. Oh, I totally slipped my
I don't
mind.
even. I was gonna say I don't even know how to get into TikTok. That's when you're.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes. Okay, it came back to me. So people, obviously, tons of people were putting out their opinions on Facebook yesterday, right? And I saw one from someone that I really, really, really didn't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
And so then whenever I see that on Facebook specifically, I will go, and you tell me if this is shitty or not. I will go, instead of like immediately like unfriending them or blocking them, I will go check out our friendship relationship. Like, do I actually know this person? Like, do they say happy birthday to me on my birthday? Like, if they ever posted anything on my page before? And if there's nothing, then I get rid of them, right? If there's something, I'll be like, maybe I'll hold on and give them a chance or just hide it or something. Well, yesterday, this guy posted something that I really, really, really don't agree with. I looked. We have no past relationship. I know him because he listened to the morning show that I worked on for years. That I've been gone for 10 years, by the way, at this point.
Yeah.
And anyway, instead of clicking a button to go look at all those things, they moved the little thing that says poke. Do you remember when people poked each other on Facebook?
Yes.
So instead of fucking unfriending and blocking this guy, I poked him.
That's like when they introduced the remix to Instagram recently, and people were someone's gonna make fun of me because it's not remix, it's repost, it's repost, and people were accidentally pressing it and reposting like something they just randomly looked at but wouldn't want other people to know they looked at.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm actually glad you poked him. He deserved it. He deserved it.
I'm sure from his perspective,
He actually deserved a super
Why
poke.
is this guy doing this? And then clicking on my name, and then I'm like blocked. Like,
Wait, did he block you or no?
no, I blocked him.
Oh, okay,
afterwards.
okay.
So maybe that made the poke disappear.
Maybe the poke went away after you blocked.
I don't know. I've never poked anyone virtually in my life. This was an accident, and I don't know. It would be funny if he. I don't know.
Super poke to block. It's a great move.
Exactly. I love it. Is there anything we should be mentioning? Anything else? People got to come to your shows this weekend.
Please come to my shows this weekend. Yeah, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday.
And then, I don't think we'll get this out yet today. So 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, and then you can watch
The Landlord special
before or after. And I'm just going to tell you that I am, one of my many jobs right now is I'm a property manager.
Ooh.
So I'm getting, not only am I a renter, but I'm also a property manager. So I get both sides.
Oh God.
It is fascinating.
I
try to be
know.
like, I'm not the shitty one. When they call, I give a reply. I'm not showing up unannounced.
Yes.
But
Good.
It's interesting.
It is.
Some people are very needy.
Yes.
And some people don't want any help with anything, and they'll never call.
Yeah, I was that person, which
Yeah.
is why I should have never seen them ever.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need to be seeing you in my place. Please go away. It's like the same people. Like, I think landlords that are nosy and like wanting to be involved are the same as, well, I guess there could be any crossover, but like somebody who starts a comedy festival because they want to be friends with comedians. It's like, that's not how you do it.
Absolutely.
It's not going to go well.
You're right. This has been fun. Let's do it again.
Yes. Oh, and I wrote on the season of Rick and Morty that's on HBO Max now, season 8.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh.